What the fuck is good? How y'all doing? How are you all living, man? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. It is so good to see so many beautiful faces with me in the stream, and also with the official partner of the stream, Phantom Wallet, the title sponsor of the stream. Phantom, we love you. Trade everything, every coin, every chain. Trade perps, trade stocks, trade crypto, trade whatever you want. Meme coins, fuck it. Phantom Wallet, the best in the game, the official partner. None of this would be possible without Phantom. We love you. We love you. We love you. 81. We have a new GPT release, and I'm being told from all angles that this was the bottom. I'm being told that GPT Live Voice is the greatest AI product of all time. Neoclouds are back. Memory is back. Maybe that was the bottom yesterday. We knew we were going to get it. We knew we were going to get this peak fear narrative. We had this like Apple China situation where they're going to be buying memory from China. We have SK Hynix in the US on Friday, which is tomorrow. That was some memory fear. And then at the same time, we have war and oil back on the menu and back on our topic list. Fortunately, it is nothing too crazy today, but I don't know. Things look pretty decent. So I'm excited to be back. Look, we're going to have a lot of intro topics to cover today before we get to markets. You also got to talk about Robinhood again today. And Shaw's is $82. I kind of feel like a genius, even though I'm still down 10%. Quick update. No, I can't stream tomorrow. It's the last day I'm going to miss for the next month until I have to take a week off, but I can't stream tomorrow. I got to go to LA. I have some business to handle on the West Coast. So there's not going to be a stream tomorrow. I know. And tomorrow's a big day too, SK Hynix in the US. So you're going to have to watch, I don't know, somebody else in the morning, but starting next week, I will be back and it will be absolutely beautiful. So, all right, let's get into the topics. All right. On the docket for today, first and foremost, this new interview just dropped with this fellow Jeremy Giffon, and I've never heard of this guy. Okay, he's a VC of some sort, but he just did a invest like the best, and I'm gonna be honest, it's so good. Okay, it is so it's not really about markets. It's basically about how Twitter runs the world and is the last meritocracy and is the only platform that matters, and it's good. I mean, it fired me the fuck up. I'm gonna be honest, but in this podcast, he talks about this thing I've never heard about before, like this idea I've never heard about before. He calls it the $1 billion PDF. And basically the premise of $1 billion PDFs is, dude, I almost cried when I read this. It was like, I'd be so emotional. I don't know why. Basically the premise of $1 billion PDF is every like 10 years or so, there's a decade or era defining tech paper, essentially, that creates billions, if not trillions of dollars of value. And the second premise of this is that whenever there's technological change happening in the world, everyone is at peak fear and panic and in a weird spot, and they don't really like know what to do or what to think. And somebody has to come through and crystallize the message. Somebody has to come through, write the paper, crystallize the message, and give people a premise as to which they can like think off of. They need a foundation to think off of. And the most famous one of this decade is obviously Leopold Aschenbrenner, situational awareness. I mean, think about how much money was created from this paper. Guy leaves OpenAI. He's like 21 years old or whatever. He goes, he writes situational awareness, and every single thing that he talks about happens. He creates, I don't know, what's got to be the hottest fund in the world right now, situational awareness. And everybody that listened to him and followed what he talked about or used that as their mental model to think about where the world is headed, made billions and billions and billions of dollars. The pricing of options, 1973, classic. I've read about this. Bitcoin white paper, 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto, classic. Why software is eating the world, Mark Andreessen, 2011. I didn't even know this existed, but the secret Tesla Motors master plan, just between you and me, Elon Musk, 2006. I mean, these are the coolest things I've ever read in my entire life. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, somebody has to write the $1 billion PDF for retail traders. I want to write it. I'm not going to lie. It's so good, but I want to watch like 3 minutes of Jeremy Giffon.
Attention, meaning like everyone wants to ultimately have a spot on that timeline. It's a strange phenomenon. I'd love you to just riff on, there's like 5 or 6 subcomponents of the timeline that I want to ask.
He gave this take basically that it no longer matters. Billionaires have been commoditized. It no longer matters how much money you have. The only thing that matters is how much you contribute to the timeline. That's the only thing that matters, how much you contribute to the timeline.
But maybe to start, just how you're thinking about this strange modern phenomenon.
I think it's downstream of technological change. I think the technological change is really the uni feed. So what people don't appreciate about X is that everyone gets served the same 500 tweets per day, and it's hundreds of millions of daily active users. And
Mega church time.
the thing that people who don't post don't realize is just how many, whatever the poster to lurker ratio on these things is enormous. And so it's really hard to feel the impact unless you're actually like getting onto the feed and seeing all the people that you didn't know were reading X all day, commenting on your thing. I'm always surprised, like when I post a good tweet and, who.
Also, what's up with the tech voice thing? The tech founder vocal fry? Is that a thing? Has anyone spoken about this? It's like the Silicon Valley tech founder vocal fry. They have this morning raspy voice situation thing. They sort of all sound, he sounds exactly like Sam Altman.
Ever text me about it, that I literally had no, so it could be someone I know well, and I had no idea that they read Twitter all day, but everyone reads Twitter all day. And so the uni feed, I think, is sort of the technological catalyst for this phenomenon. It is X, by the way. Like it's interesting how X is sort of like, it's sort of the Lindy social network. Like it probably is never gonna reach the scale of the others, but it just fills this like vital role. And it's interesting to me how it's like, however long in, I'm probably almost 20 years now, and it's still sort of more important than ever, sort of just like source of truth almost for the whole world. And what that means is everyone is reading the same thing. It's the global newspaper, right? And so in the same way that, people would talk about the latest article in the journal 30 years ago, now it's the latest tweet or the latest essay on X. And so I think what that creates is that all the sort of most important people in the world, at least when it comes to capital markets and politics, and I'm sure some other journalism, entrepreneurship,
technology,
they're reading their daily paper every morning. And these things really form opinion, and they price securities, and they dictate where capital flows, and they certainly write policy. And so there's this idea that another great filter, perhaps.
The reason megachurch time works and spirals and cascades is because there's actually 500 posts every day that get served to the entire world. Brother, every person that contributes to capital markets read Citrini's 2028 AI article. Every person. Like there was like trillions of dollars that read that article. And so of course it dictates price action.
Is that like whether your institution will only survive if it's timeline native. And what that means is that it is reactive to and reflexive to the timeline. Reactive meaning that it, is constantly monitoring the timeline, and reflexive in that its actions then affect the timeline, which it then sort of reads and reacts to. And you can think of, the White House is obviously like this, venture capital is like this. Certainly public equities are like this. There's this idea of like, what is the story? And what's interesting, it's funny, like one of the things I get emails about the most is a comment I made somewhere about how like posting is the last great meritocracy. I get emails about that because people are like, that really clicked in my head, and I started posting, and posting changes your life if you're good at it. That's still true today, maybe more true than ever. And it is sort of a meritocracy in a weird way. Now there's the algorithms and AI and all this stuff, but like it's still, in some ways it's a lot more meritocratic than it used to be. Like everything, it's been lotteryified. And so like, in the old times you had to like sort of grind away and build this huge following. And then by virtue of having a big following, you could post a really inane tweet and it would be very popular, but that doesn't happen anymore. Now you can literally be like a new account and just write a good post, and then the algorithm selects you and it'll display you in front of 500 million people. It's sort of this like weird thing where you have the global newspaper that everyone reads, that everyone finds highly influential. There's also this sort of meta thing where it's like the newspaper if you could see all the influential people reacting to the articles in the newspaper, and then by
the newspaper if you could see all the influential people reacting to the newspaper in real time. The megachurch time evolution of markets, hyper acceleration from here has to be. It's so good. All right, the story of the markets today. OpenAI introduced GP Live, a new generation of voice models for natural human AI interaction, is rolling out in ChatGPT starting today. I have been reading Frank Degod's tweets, and he is discussing this as if it is the greatest thing any frontier lab has ever put out. And I want to try it. I'm scared to try it live because I don't know what it's going to say about me. But the toughest thing for me with voice is latency. It's just like, it's too, even that 3-beat lag is just like, it kills it. I always get frustrated when it pulls up voice and when I accidentally click it or accidentally pull it up. But I watched on 1.25. I want to watch the video and just see where we're at.
Making a sweater for my grandson, but I don't want the needles to be too big. What do you think?
If you go up, it's going to get kind of baggy.
Although baggy is very popular now, don't you think?
Is.
I know,
It
right?
is.
I'm ready.
Well, the sneaky interruption is crazy. That was really human.
Today, we are announcing the all-new ChatGPT voice, powered by GPT Live 1, a full duplex conversational partner that is the most powerful voice model ever built.
Can you simplify that?
Sure can. Can you explain what a full duplex voice model is?
Yeah, imagine a normal call with a friend. You can listen and talk at the same time. That's full duplex.
It's pretty quick. That was who is this? That was a pretty good video, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a Frank tweet. I think within a month we'll see stories of people that spend their entire days talking to GPT voice. I wonder how much of this is something Anthropic or XAI can copy. Obviously near impossible with this fidelity with local models. I would imagine we're not that far off from entire subset of the population spends all day, every day, just talking to AI voice. I would like to talk to it. There was an era where I was talking to it a lot, but I started to get frustrated because it would like it would fuck up. But do you remember that was it Avi Feldman or Avi Schiffman friend.com product? And he did those product reviews, and there's this like, I mean, there's this subset of like middle America that, yeah, lives a kind of dark, miserable life, really, and spend every waking second talking to GPT. It exists. The I don't even want, honestly, I don't even want to watch the video because it's just like it's pretty dark. I'm not super excited to watch the video. I mean, bro, most people are pretty lonely. Like most people are not going out and like doing stuff and having like social interaction. And so it's not that far off from an outcome like that. That's when I listened to this Ed Zitron guy, who, by the way, dead giveaway on Ed Zitron is he just straight up does not pass the fizz check. I'm just gonna be honest. He doesn't pass the fizz check as a guy I would listen to for his bear case of AI, but his entire thesis is that like LLMs are a bad product. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you talking about? LLM is one of the greatest products human race has ever created. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean it's a bad product? Use this product that serves no purpose. It serves infinite purpose. I mean, to this day, I still use AI every day. It hasn't like made me $1 trillion or it hasn't like revolutionized my life, but it has replaced a bunch of, you know what it has really replaced for me is it's replaced like slotting in personalized advice where you would usually Google or you would maybe go to Reddit or something. It's really, really, really convenient. I don't even realize I'm doing it for like, yo, I just did this lift and my shoulder hurts. Like, here's my routine. How should I finish chest day and like avoid that motion that like hurt my shoulder? Knowing what you know about my injury and like it's my labrum. I have this exact injury. How would you avoid a pain, like a sharp pain I just got? How would you do that? It's really good for personalized Google search. Like it is really good. And yeah, that costs like 30 gallons of water. Okay, on the topic of AI, there's this guy right now, Andrew Curran. I would argue he runs the timeline right now. He's like the most important AI voice on the TL right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm posting this now so I can quote it later. There's been a significant breakthrough in architecture, specifically around memory efficiency, not by one of the big labs, but by a team that was spun out of OpenAI. They will probably announce it soon. He makes this post and the markets dump. And you saw a lot of like Citrini quote tweet on this. Regardless of whether this comes true in the specifics, it's almost certain that it comes true in the broad sense. DRAM prices are not going to keep going up the way they have without a significant incentive to use it more efficiently. You need to be an extremely firm believer in Jevons paradox, which we've spent a lot of time talking about, as it applies to memory to remain long OEMs here. Otherwise, it is essentially a bet that's short innovation out of necessity. So he makes that post, dumps the market. But then he makes a post yesterday, which is a crazy one. So it's quote tweeting this tweet that's saying GPT-6 is coming out and it's crazy. Who is this? I should follow this guy. So this guy makes a post, GPT-6 is coming out and it's crazy. Quote tweet. I've also heard some of this independently and believe the following to be true. GPT-6 is the next release from OpenAI. It's their true answer to Mythos and it will arrive much sooner than people expect. Model release cadence has been speeding up for a while now. It's possible that GPT-6 even arrives within the next 4 weeks. When I say arrive, however, it may not mean a general release, as we know that will never happen again. Because if the last couple of months are any indication, GPT-6 will almost certainly be held back by the government, at least initially. Follow-up. It's a new, much larger pre-train, as Leo says. Mythos changed everything. Everyone is going big, including Elon, who has a 10 trillion parameter grok in training. OpenAI and Anthropic see capabilities increasing rapidly, with advancement continuing on a new trajectory over the rest of this year and beyond. Now, this part, both labs are very confident in what they have internally and see nothing above us but air, no ceiling. You know, from my novice level of understanding on training AI models and LLMs, is that if it's the case still that you can just shove more compute and bigger parameters at these models and you can get out Mythos capability or better, then everyone is just going to continue to do this. It's the Daniel Tenreiro thesis. As long as every incremental AI model gets better because you shoved more compute at it, then what is everyone going to do? They're just going to shove more compute at it. And so CapEx goes up only, compute spend goes up only, memory spend goes up only. All the beneficiaries of the AI stack have infinite contracts with increasing size and make increasing revenue. And these things just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until they stop. It's a crazy tweet. Oh, we'll come back to that 1 second. It's a crazy tweet from the guy who made the last post that everyone took deeply seriously about a DRAM breakthrough. Like, at the very least, I believe that the labs believe that they see nothing above them but air. I think this is a bad take.
Rockstar, I think, is charging way too little for this game. They're charging, what, $80?
Yes.
Like,
you're
you're
going to get canceled for this. This is a nuclear take.
No, they should be charging like $200 for this game.
I know.
GTA 6 is like the last great game.
Yeah.
Like, you think about everything, it was mostly all made pre-AI.
Yeah.
Like, it is the pinnacle of this.
Also, it's not made pre-AI. It's not even out yet.
Craftsmanship, years and years and years of blood and sweat and tears, to the extent where you have like the Twitter analysts like counting cigarette butts outside of the offices to see like how much crunch are they in right now.
And everything's literally the game. The GTA
gamers
game.
are insane. So I always tread in this water like very, very carefully.
Yes.
But no, so I feel compelled to buy GTA 6 just in honor of it existing,
like that.
even if I don't know if I'm ever going to play it. So I'm definitely going to do that, and I'd be happy to pay. Yes, $200. Like $80 is ridiculous. They should charge more. Anyhow,
yeah, we had the youngest person on our team was commenting on people online complaining about the price and said something like, "You didn't have you had 10 years, you couldn't save up $80." Like whoever you are, like I know kids that do lemonade stands and they clear like $100. You know?
Oh, absolutely. The old $20, I'll keep the change. Nothing will make a kid stay better than that.
Exactly.
Although, unfortunately, with inflation, I think now it's sort of like expected. It's
Here's my take on this. Like, okay, at the same time, there's this crazy scandal going on right now with EA Sports. And EA Sports just launched NCAA 27, which I'm a buyer of course. I love sports games. And there's this massive protest going on because it's like a $60 game or whatever, but they microtransacted it to fuck all, like so bad, like worse than 2K. And Bordeaux and the rest of the NCAA 27 gaming community is on this crazy rampage right now, basically saying if they don't fix this problem like today, they're done. They're never working with EA again. They're not playing the game. They're not streaming it. Like, look, they're all doing it. I forget this guy's name. He's a huge YouTuber. EA's gone way too far. RBT, we need to talk about EA Sports. Bengal is massive. He's like the biggest franchise streamer. EA has gone too far. Not the expert. 175,000 views. Why EA? Yeah, Mad Mobile Gaming. Every guy, bro. Look at this. Address me. They're like hashtag CFB college football. Play don't play. Play don't pay. Look at this. Give us our game back. And there's this like freak out about it. My thought is that GTA is going to just pull the modern playbook and they're going to charge whatever they're going to charge, but they are going to make ungodly, disgusting amounts of money from the microtransaction casino. And that is the trade, is that you think they're going to be able to monetize it to fuck all and just destroy in microtransactions. So stock market is open in 10 seconds. I want to say a quick thank you once again. Stock Market Open is powered by Phantom Wallet. Phantom, where you could trade everything. We talk about stocks, you could trade it. We talk about crypto, you could trade it. We talk about perps, you could trade it. And the market is officially S&P. First and foremost, SPY comes in down 0.27. Excuse me, that's a typo. Up 0.22% at 74714. Qs are up a whole percent. Love to see that. Stocks, the semi index, which had a really bad day the last couple of days, that is up 5% and had an electric pre-market. The IBB is up 0.32%. The IGV is really struggling right now. The software ETF is not looking good, bros. That is down 1.76%. The mags as well are struggling, definitely being dragged down. And some got spot on Hyperliquid. Send a link. Mags being dragged down by Meta, which is falling pretty ugly. That's down 1.3% today. And DRAM, which is definitely the story of today, is candling off the open, is up 5. Look at the thing go up 5.2%. And look, I told you we were going to get the bottom capitulation narrative, and we got it at the same time. Memory is a commodity. Apple's buying from China, SK Hynix in the US, and war all at the same time. And wow, look at that thing go 65.4 on DRAM. That's up 5.5%. Look at it go 65.5 5.6%. DRAM looks incredible. Quick crypto check-in after the open. Bitcoin candling down seems to be a common theme. Solana 77.5, ETH 17.37, Hyperliquid 67.4. Lighter's having a good day today, and Pump Fun is up 1.2%. All right, biggest gainers in the day. Micron, wow. You love to see that. Micron is up 7.5%. It is up back above 1,000 and looks great. Marvell is up 6.76%, $247. Marvell looks great. Bloom Energy, that's up 5.5%. It's been getting funded, but looks good. SanDisk is up 5 as well. Memory again is the story of today. They just announced a partnership with Meta. Shaw's, my favorite, falling a little bit after the open. That's up 3.5%. Kevin Zhu is allegedly full ported from $73. Brutal, unfortunate news, but it is what it is. ARM, look at that thing go. That's up 7.5%. That's up 8%. Look at ARM go. Wow. Where are we? Wow. That's up 8% today. Biggest gainer on the chart so far. ASML, it's up 3. Cerebras is all in the news, especially on the ChatGPT live in 5.6 announcement. That's up. AMD, that's up 6 and ripping. Look at that thing go. 548 and strong. Intel is definitely fighting, but it's losing some. Frank, what's your entry? What is your entry? I want to mark it. Losing some of its pre-market juice. It got as high as 116. It's 114 right now. Red, 184. Nice. Let's mark it. Frank line. What else we got? Dell is Trump stock. Go out and buy a Dell. That's up 1.3%. Broadcom with the jalapeno chip and OpenAI. That's also all in the news. That's up 3%. RoboStrategy published some updates. Their NAV is going up. That's up 2.5%. QCOM is also up 2.5%. SpaceX. QCOM's kind of losing it. SpaceX is kind of losing it as well. It's up 1.3. It just lost 150. It's 149.5. Again, our line in the sand on SpaceX, I think, is 135. If it somehow gets there, it's worth a bid off that Gavin Baker Cerebras discussion. I like that take that there is this social contract between the bankers and the funds that they are not supposed to lose sale price. And if it loses deal price, then we're rage selling it. Allegedly, it's what happened to Cerebras. BlackBerry is 150. Rocket Lab, that is up 2.28%. Oracle, that's up 2.5%. Strong day from Oracle. Nvidia is struggling with the rest of the mags. You don't really love to see that. My take on the SpaceX, by the way, is that it's not going to go. They're not going to let it get lost. They're not going to lose it. 135, but we'll see. Tesla, that's down 0.5% and struggling. Had a couple ugly days back to back on Tesla. Look at this. If you're red today, being red today is not great, I think, for a lot of these names. SPC, it's up 1%. Redwire is up 1%. Apple as well. Wow, look at that candle. We're now 5 minutes into our second 5-minute candle of the day. Gap down to 308. It's down about 1%. Cloudflare's had a couple good days back to back. Google down 1.5. Fighting though. Everything mags is red. Amazon's at 1.3. Microsoft is down 2. IBM hit a big gap down. No, I'm not in IBM. I sold 294 before I went on vacation. It was a good trade though. My IBM trade. I entered. It actually played out. This was my trade. I entered right here. Invalidation at 241 and TP at 304. I ended up TPing on Friday or like Thursday night at about 290, give or take. It actually hit my TP when it went above it, and then I wasn't in anymore to sell. But IBM was a really cool one. That was, if you remember, that was Quantum Day. They come out and they're, everyone in the White House is ripping quantum. I said, fuck it, IBM CEOs is at the White House. I'm bidding. I'm bidding. And Salesforce is down 3.5. Here we go. Look at Micron. Look at that really strong candle. Where's SanDisk? Did I skip SanDisk? How did I skip SanDisk? Where's SanDisk? That's up 6% as well. All right, on our other list, let's go. Mara is biggest gainer. CoreWeave, that's up 3.5. Enhanced Games. Nebius, not a good open for Nebius. It's still up 2.7, but we were as high as 229 in the pre. Kind of losing it a little bit. Open door. Eli Lilly looks strong. That's up 1%. Let's see the high time frame on Lilly. I love. You want to read a tweet that I fucking love? The internet took off thanks to porn. Similarly, consumer biotech will take off thanks to the pursuit of stronger erections, more hair, and bigger muscles. Worth getting acquainted with the science. Eli Lilly. I love it. I love the Eli Lilly thesis. I think it is a decade-long trade if you were able to sit in it for that long. SoFi is flat. IBKR is up 2. AMC. What the fuck? I'm not in this anymore, but what a candle to start the day on AMC. I guess I had a good close yesterday as well. That is basically flat. MSTR is up 1. Wendy's flat. Take Two Interactive. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Who's in Take Two? Just Wavy 80. I believe this is going to be a fun one to follow. DNAP, thanks for the gifted subs. This is up 0.2. Butterfly chip maker for Mid-Journey. That's up 0.6. Roblox is down. Robinhood is green 113. And man, I like Robinhood, guys. I guess I'm late to the party, but I like Robinhood. I don't know. eBay, that's down 0.3. GME down 0.2. Hims down 0.6. But on this looks maxing internet porn thing thesis. PayPal down 0.2. IGV with a nice. Wow. What's leading IGV? What's leading IGV? What's leading this? Palantir? No, it's on 4. What's leading this? SK Hynix set to guide an offering price 3.1% above Korea close. That's bullish memory. Fuck. Circle down 2.6. Nike, don't even ask the question. It is obviously red. Write it down 1.3. Coinbase down 1.3. Snapchat down 1. Lululemon down 1.5. I have a Lulu. What did I read from Lululemon today? I read Lululemon product assortment is looking better, Jeffries says. So they have a Jeffries analyst walking around Lululemon looking at the products. Oil, they're cliffing it. Let's check in on our meme coins real quick. Ansem 335 and Cashcat, Robinhood 100 mil. Impressive, man. I'm obsessed with meme coins right now. It's all I can think about is meme coins right now. European Parliament passes chat control, proposing allowing private messages to be monitored. Brutal. They're gonna pass something to allow you to make your AI chat logs public. That's gonna be next, of course. Just like your Google searches are, just like your messages are. If they can do messages, UV should go up on that. It won't. But it should. But it won't. But it should. But it won't. Thank you for the tweet. All right, where are we on crypto? Bitcoin 63. Nice. How about it, man? How fucking about it? How about it? Gold up 1.2. Silver up 3. Just remind me, my wife got Starbucks in the fridge. LFG, I got you. Solana 78. How about it, man? Hyperliquid 68. Lighter, that's up 5. BVV up 1.3. We could do a super quick war and oil check-in. There's one clip worth watching. It's the only clip I want to watch.
No, I'm number 1 on the kill list for Run. They're lovely people. I'm number 1. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it. Because we have a country that's hot, really, really successful. But I mention it only because it's on the list. I mean, it came out. There was another list came out yesterday, and I'm number 1 on. I like being number 1 on TikTok better. I'm number 1 on the list for killing.
It's our president, man. Leader of the free world, Donnie J. And yeah, complete nothing else. Nothing. There's nothing else. War and oil. It's down today. You will have to grab me by the, I don't even know, grab me and force me to care about oil price at this stage because there's just nothing you can do to get me there as it relates to oil. I really don't believe that there is anything you can do. I have a couple tweets, a couple takes, and I want to talk about crypto. Ryan Walker's number 1. Bubbles can be good for new industries, and the meme coin bubble from 23 to 25 was just that. Meme coins onboarded an enormous amount of new users, stress-tested chains like Solana and Base, and funded a ton of valuable trading infrastructure in the eco. But now we're in 26 and the bubble popped long ago. Insider trading, bundling, and bots ruined what was once a fair game. What's left is a shrinking pool of fish chasing past highs they will never reach while sharps extract the remaining money. The same thing happened on Ethereum twice. First from 17 to 18 with ICOs, and then 2020 to 2022 with yield farming. At a certain point, the game gets figured out and the edge gets competed away. The thesis becomes stale and people stop playing. Meme coins may ultimately have a place in the crypto economy long term. If someone can find a way to make them fair again, they could survive as an on-chain native casino game, or better yet, evolve into something new like creator coins. In any case, speculation will continue on, and speculators will continue searching for an outlet. But the point is that any chain looking for a spark will need to look beyond. Growth is found on the frontier, not in the echoes of the last cycle. That's number 1. Number 2 is an Anson post. It's kind of long, but I want to read it. Watkins is great. Friend of the stream. He's been on many times. Really sharp guy. Nailed hype. CT has to understand that we drive the early stages of all bull runs. Coinbase has 100 million retail users, and Base never overtook Solana with their on-chain activity. Good point. Here's his X here. Not even close. There's a lot more work to be done than just having distro with a lot of retail accounts. The people with serious eyes on chain blasting new narratives early are crypto native participants. The people establishing which narratives devs should be focusing on for the upcoming cycle are crypto native participants. The people with serious size deploying 10 mil into coins in the multi-billions are crypto native participants. What you really need to figure out is how to tap into the large pool of latent capital external to crypto who want exposure to the asset class, as they are not early, but they are the ones who raise ceilings. Ethereum achieves this, Solana achieved this, Hyperliquid achieved this, other novel coins will achieve this cycle. Retail is a good additive necessity for the peak euphoria across the board, but it is CT who establishes the trend first. And when something like Dogecoin goes near viral, is because CT plus lead figure like Elon and retail followed. It is great Robinhood and Arbitrum are building a chain together. I hope they bring some companies on chain who are not on chain before, and that improves their existing product offering so all Robinhood users have a crypto wallet. But Vlad is a businessman before anything else. They're going to list the most successful projects on Robinhood crypto regardless of if they originated on Robinhood chain or not. They want volume and they will follow attention. This is a beautiful post. A couple videos and then a couple takes. First and foremost, they launched a bridge, which I guess is not novel, but you know, we'll take what we can get. Whatever, not even worth watching that. And then I want to watch this one video just because I love. So the clip is old, by the way. The clip is old, and then there's just like one more tweet on this, which is that kind of crazy how ultimately everyone capitulates to the culture. This dude nuked Solana off his app at the store at the stone cold bottom of the bear market. Now we are here. All right, I sold the cat. First of all, I sold the cat. I'm not in it anymore. It looks surprisingly good. I thought it'd be dead by now. Ansem as well is 320. I sold the cat. So take that at face value. I'm out of the cat. But I just had this conversation this morning and I was just thinking about it. And I'm just like, I'm kind of obsessed with meme coins right now. And I just was sitting here and I'm thinking about this QWERTY tweet. Where everyone capitulates to the culture. And I don't know what it is or why it works this way or how it works. I feel as if every human, every trader across every market has this feral, like rabid desire to participate in the meme coin game at some level. And I thought it would be done after like 2021 with NFTs and we did some like meme stuff. I really thought it was going to be done for good after the summer of 2024. Then they brought back AI coins and Trump. And I thought for absolute certain it was going to be done for good after this summer. Like it was over. After 2026, it was done. There was no coming back for any of this. And then Robinhood launches the chain. They launch a coin that is marginally interesting. I mean, like minimally interesting. With Vlad follows it, fine. Like, and I am pulling my hair out and ready to have a fucking panic attack because I can't get enough size in this thing quick enough. I can't bridge. It's not working. I need it right now. And I just watched as like, even, you know, no call out, Tulip King is, you know, fuck this meme coin shit. And then 3 days later, you know what? Ansem coin, not bad. Unprompted, did it on his own. Ansem coin, not bad. And I just think that there is this, I don't know how it works or why it works, but there is this, you know, Jordy Alexander had this good clip that, you know, under the mortar, there's this boiling and coiling of energy. And it's under the surface. And as it like coils and coils and coils and coils and coils, eventually it needs to fucking release itself into the world. And it like blasts all at once, channeled through this tunnel vision form expression of a meme coin. And I'm just convinced that they're never going away. And they may never return to full glory the way that they once were and the way that they were the only game. But I mean, I watched people make $1 million on 5 figures or 4 figures on cashcow. I watched people make $1 million on 4 figures. 5 figures of cashcow. And there's just nowhere else you can do that. Even if they're scammy and they're bundly and there's insider trader, there's, you know, garbage happening everywhere. It is just the cleanest form. It's maybe the cleanest form of gambling. Like it just is so good. I don't have much to add to this discussion, really. That was my ad, that I just like meme coins. I had more fun 2 days ago trading cash cat than I've had in a long time. And I don't hold it anymore. And I never bought Ansem. It's not even about that, man. It's not about that. And by the way, this is probably it. I'm just going to be honest. The Ansem goes to 200 mil, cash goes to 30 mil. We're probably done again. That was probably the meme cycle. 2 coins for like a week. I will continue to hate on memes, and I'll continue to say that they're mostly stupid and that most of these coins people like really suck. But when it's time, it's time. You can't fight the trend. When it's time, it's time. When it's time for memes, it is time, and I'm ready. But all right, I gotta go. I gotta fly. I'm gonna miss it. I'm out. I'll see you on Monday. I will catch you. Yeah, fuck. I'll see you. Bye. Bye. Bye.